All right. Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. My name is Davon Reeves, president and founder of the Vine Group. And tonight I'm going to be talking about how you can become a hotel investor in 2023. All right. So let's get this party started. Y'all ready? Let me know if y'all ready. Put a one in the chat. We about to have some fun tonight, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all in for a treat because this is going to be my last webinar for the year. And I don't know when the next time I'm going to do a webinar. All right. I have no idea when I'm doing it. So the only way you're gonna catch me is if you on my Vestor account. So I'm gonna save it. This is gonna be my last webinar of the year. Okay, just letting y'all know. Maybe the last webinar for a long time. So, I let y'all know. So I hope y'all here. Y'all better tell y'all friends to show up because they gonna miss out. Okay. All right, let's go. All right, so legal disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. Okay, I am not a lawyer and I'm not a CPA. All right. So I'm going to always recommend that you speak with the CPA or financial advisor, especially because investments are risky. So you're investing. I'm talking about hotels. I'm talking about something that is risky. So you definitely want to speak with a professional. And plus, I don't know your personal finance. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about I'm going to talk about myself. So that way you know who I am. I know I got a lot of new people. We're talking about mindset shift, the steps to get started, creating your ownership thesis, pathways to hotel ownership, and then additional resources. Okay. All right. So if you all got the workbook, which is this right here. So in the workbook, which is your homework, it talks about the ownership thesis, really detailed, really detailed. I want you to start it starts getting you visualizing really specific on what type of hotel that you want to invest in. It really helps. It'll make your journey a lot easier. And with these fundamentals, not only do they work for hotels, but they work for other commercial. I use my own workbook. Like literally, when I'm looking for investment opportunities, I literally have to go back to the basics and be like, okay, this is what I'm looking for. This is my criteria. We'll so touch on a little bit. Another thing in the workbook, I have a track your progress. You can track the dividends. And also you guys found an accountability partner. It helps so much. I have one, we meet once a week and we just hold each other accountable. So this is something new and definitely just join the Vestor Academy Facebook community, okay? All right, so a little bit about me. My name is Davon Reeves, as I mentioned before, and excuse my voice. Okay, so I saved it just for you all. Earlier it was worse, and I was like, y'all gotta be quiet because I got to save my voice for Thursday. Okay, so bear with me. The show must go on. I couldn't cancel. Okay, so my name is Davon Reeves. I am the president and founder of the Vine Group. Follow me if you're not following me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Davon Reeves. I've been in the industry for over 15 years. I actually got my start off as a front desk agent working at the Hyatt Regency Atlanta. I need to find some pictures. I didn't put any pictures up of me. So yes, I got my start off working as a front desk agent at the Hyatt Regency Atlanta. So no, I did not come from a millionaire family. Didn't know anything about a millionaire when I was growing up. Probably never even met a millionaire when I was growing up. Okay. Let alone then talk about hotel ownership. So how many of y'all grew up talking about hotel ownership at the dinner table? I didn't talk about it. I don't know about y'all. Did anybody do that? With no, maybe. How many y'all talked about owning real estate? How many y'all talking about, y'all had, I didn't have any of that. Okay, I didn't have any of that at all. I was going to school and it was drive-by shootings. We had to duck in the corner store. So that was my life growing up. Okay, so definitely hotel ownership. Only thing I knew about hotels was that we went there for our family reunions and that was it. That's all I knew. And my grandma, we stayed at the Embassy Suites because that's what we stayed at our family. That's all I knew about a hotel. I didn't know anything else about it. But then I got this job at the Hyatt working as a front desk agent, and then my life completely changed. Then I transitioned from corporate. I took a non-paid internship. Yes, this was after college, you guys. I took a non-paid internship after college because I wanted to get into hotel ownership. And how did I even think about hotel ownership? I joined this organization called the American Hotel Lodging Association. And it was people who didn't look like me, but they own hotels. And we all under 30. I'm like, how do you own a hotel? Like, I didn't even know you could do that. And they inherited a hotel. There were people from the Indian descent community. And I said, wait, you can own a hotel? So that was it. That changed the game for me. I said, wait, you can own a hotel? Like, let me figure this out. But it wasn't a template. It wasn't YouTube University. It wasn't Facebook. It wasn't even that big out there. You know what I mean? I think it was still like, you had to be in college or something. It wasn't even that big like it is now. They didn't have a Davon Reeves that I could Google and be like, oh, how to buy a hotel. It wasn't a book. It wasn't any of that. And so that's why I took that non-paid internship to learn about hotel ownership, right? Because I figured in my mind, if I work for a firm and the clients are hotel owners, I'm gonna learn about hotel ownership, right? That's what I was thinking. All right, so I'm so glad I did that, okay? So fast forward, took that non-paid internship. I started working in corporate. And so the stuff that I learned, I'm about to teach y'all, okay? Right. So during that time, I was managing a portfolio of $1 billion. That's where that $1 billion came from, right? So I had probably about 10 to 12 hotels in my portfolio that I was overseeing on behalf of other hotel owners, which is called asset management. And so what I learned, so basically I worked for companies and the clients were high net worth individuals, Fortune 500 companies. So I'm literally learning on a job how to become a hotel owner. They didn't know I wanted to become a hotel owner. I knew I wanted to become a hotel owner. So I was literally soaking up the knowledge. And so literally what was going on, let me see if I can find some pictures. Literally what was going on, I was in the room and they didn't look like me, right? These people didn't look like me in these rooms, right? So I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to let me see if I can find some pictures. Y'all want to see some pictures when I was a front desk agent? Let me see. Let me see if I got some pictures. I ain't got no pictures, y'all. Let me see. Anyway, so I'm looking for some pictures, right? So during that time, while I was, I noticed that there was a lot of people who didn't look like me, right? There was a lot of people who didn't look like me, and I was like, you know what? I want more people to look like me own hotels. Okay. That's what I was thinking in my mind. All right. Okay, y'all. I found a picture. All right, let me see. All right, let me see. Let's see. I found a picture. There we go. I found a picture. So this is me. Can y'all see? This is what I look like when I was in the front desk. Yes, this is me. I was in college. I don't have the pictures of me working behind the front desk. I hate that. If I could go back in time, I would literally go find that picture. So this is me working at the front desk at the Hyatt Regency Atlanta. Okay. Fast forward probably like 6 years, because I worked in the hotel for about six years. Okay. All right, let's see. All right, so that's me. Let me share my screen. All right. So again, fast forward. So then now, currently in my portfolio, I have 30 million. These are so I acquired my first hotel, which I talk about in 2020, outside of corporate. And then currently have a portfolio of up to about 30 million in real estate. And I have 3 books, including How to Buy a Hotel. I've been featured in just about everything except for Essence. I feel like I've received numerous awards, including the International Society of Hospitality Consultant, Emerging Leader for Consultant. So you are in great hands, okay? Numerous awards. Hotels, that's the only asset class that I know. And so let's go. All right. All right, so these are the 3 hotels that I have. Okay, I have the Home 2 Suite, which is an 85-room hotel suite, a Home 2 Suite in El Reno, Oklahoma. I have these with that, we purchased that for 8.3 million. And then I have the Staybridge 145-room Staybridge Suites in Indianapolis Fishers. And then the Hampton Inn and Suites in Scottsburg, Indiana, we purchased that for about 18 million. Okay. And so we acquired those with Nassau Investments. So those are the 3 hotels in my portfolio. So again, you are in good hands. I'm not, teaching you something that I haven't done before. Okay. All right. So the first thing is you want to shift your mindset. You want to come from a hotel consumer to a hotel owner. So those are the things that we're going to be talking about. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Andrew Foster Legacy. Yeah, I love what they're doing. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. All right. So another thing that y'all want to do is before y'all really get started in hotel ownership or investing in anything, you really want to get your personal financial profile together. That's the first thing that you want to do. All right. So you want to check on what your personal financial statement is. So that is basically taking your assets and subtracting your liabilities. So what are your assets? That means equity in your home. If you have a car, if you have any cash on hand, if you have any retirement accounts, if you have any mutual funds, any stocks, anything like that will be considered assets. Anything that's a liability would be considered any debt that you have. So the mortgage on your house, if you have any student loans, if you have any car payments or anything, if you have any credit card debts, any of that is considered a liability or debt, right? So what you do is to understand your personal financial statement, you just take the difference of that. So you take your assets and subtract your liabilities. I actually have a personal financial statement in the workbook. So for those who want to calculate it, it's actually in the workbook, okay? So that's the first thing you want to do. And if you don't have a financial advisor, I actually have some financial advisors listed in the workbook as well if you don't know where to go. And if you need help with your credit, I have some people that I know that can help you out as well. All of that is in the workbook, okay? So a lot of resources for you. So that's the biggest thing you want to do, is shift your mindset from a consumer to a hotel owner. So I always like to ask, I always want to know what's your favorite hotel? Let me know in the chat. What's your favorite hotel? What's your favorite hotel brand? Hilton. What else I got? Let me know in the chat which one. Let me know in the chat. Let me know. Choice. Joyce, really? Choice is your favorite hotel, George? That you want to purchase or you want to stay at? So we got Hyatt. Hey, Hyatt. Kempton. Okay, Kempton is Hyatt. Cosmetology. Okay. So I guess any hotel in Vegas, Jody. Park Hyatt. Okay. Yes, come through with the Park Hyatt. I love me a Park Hyatt. Cosmo. Okay. Marriott's, Ritz-Carlton. The Foster Hotels was fire too. You know, you stayed at the Foster Hotels. Hyatt, Hilton, Embassy Suites, Wyndham, Marriott, Rosewood. That's nice. Hilton, but stayed in Hampton. And hey, ain't nothing wrong owning with a Hampton Inn. Moving Pig. I ain't never heard of Moving Pig. Sonesta, Hyatt, came up through. Oh, you came up through Hyatt. So did I. I'm a Hyatt girl. That's right, boo. Four Seasons. Okay. Hilton these days. Hilton, Hyatt, Loft. What else we got? Renaissance. Oh, they were first to approve you. True Town Place. Got you. Spring Hill Suites Choice. Got you. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Wait a minute. All right. Now it's time. And some of y'all can't play this. Some of y'all can't play. How many of y'all this is y'all first webinar with me? Let me know in the chat. This is the first one. We got some newbies. What's up? How y'all doing? Let me see. What's up? It's y'all first time? Y'all newbies? It's y'all first? Welcome. How y'all doing? What's up? How y'all doing? Okay. Y'all first. What's up? I would say, George, you changed your first time. All right. Now, what's up with my folks that's been rocking with me? If y'all been rocking with me, this not y'all first time. Put fam in the chat. What's up, Kiana? What's up, fam? We got Angela. We got Catherine. What's up, George? Oh, George, you definitely fam. Alicia, what's up, fam? Who else we got? What's up, Joyce? What's up? How y'all doing? What's up, Renee? How y'all doing? All right. All right. So some of y'all know this. Some of y'all probably won't be able to answer. Okay. All right. So giveaway. So I'm gonna app. So anybody who's been on my webinars, I always give out a gift. Okay. So there are over 59,000 hotels in the United States. Some of y'all know this already because y'all been on it. So there are over 59,000 hotels in the United States. How many? What's the percentage? How many are owned by African Americans? All right, who got it? It looked like Shakila. You got it. Shakila got it. She was the first one. All right, so Shakila, send me a message. Hold on, I'm about to send it to you. Send an email so my team can get you a signed copy of my book. I just sent you the email. Okay. Send an email and then I'll get you a signed copy of my How to Buy Hotel book. See what happened? See, y'all gotta do y'all home. Y'all gotta be here. You just never know. Okay. All right. So it's less than 2%. So as long as you say less than 2 or 1, you good. You good. So that's how she got it. So congratulations. Okay. All right. So the next thing you want to do is, so first step, you did your personal financial statement. So if you can afford to invest, then let's go. All right. If you can't afford, work on those things first. Get your credit together. You know what I mean? Get that stuff taken care of. But again, work with the financial advisor because they can help you structure. They can be like, okay, this is what you need to do to get you in a better position to invest, right? They'll help you with your goals. Like if your goal is like, look, I'm trying to buy a house, I'm trying to buy a hotel. Yo, this is what I'm trying to do. How can you help me? That's what they're there for. Okay. Oh man, Keandra, you messed up. Oh no, Sharon. Sharon put her email. We don't see her answer. Oh, the answer was because she just sent it to me. The answer was less than 2%. That was the answer. Let me go back so y'all can see it. So less than 2% are owned by Blacks. That's the answer, okay? So next thing you want to do is after you got your personal financial statement and now you can see, okay, how much you can invest. The next thing you want to do is create your ownership thesis, okay? All right, so you want to determine your investment goals, okay? You want to, then you want to identify your hotel type, which we talk about in a few, establishing your investment path, determine the route you want to take to invest as an active or passive investor, which we'll talk about. And then how long do you plan to invest? So those are the things that you kind of want to start thinking about. And this is regardless if you want to invest in the REIT, invest directly in a hotel, like these are just basic fundamentals. I promise you will help you out, right? All right, if you haven't did your homework, there's the link there. I know some folks have been asking for the link. Y'all can just use your phone and pull it up and purchase. So it'll have more detail. We'll go over a few of the ownership thesis questions, but it'll give more in detail. And those resources that I was talking about before, it'll give you all those resources, okay? All right, so the pathways to hotel ownership, those are the different pathways. So we have, and before we get into that, I'm gonna do a poll. Wait a minute. So the difference between, so we got the active and passive investor, okay? So the difference between an active and passive investor, so an active investor is someone like me, okay? So an active investor, I was trying to look for, so an active investor is someone who, there we go. An active investor is someone like myself who would, there we go. All right, so I get that ready. So an active investor is someone like myself. They're putting a deal together. They're raising capital. I'm gonna throw George out there, George, because I know you're working on your deal. So George would be considered an active investor, okay? Because he's going out, he's finding a deal, he's meeting with the brands, he's about to raise capital for his deal. He's identified the type of hotel that he wants. Like he's analyzing deals, he's putting the deal together. That's an active investor. A passive investor, and I'm considered an active investor as well. A passive investor is someone that's like, ooh, Davon, girl, that's too much work. I ain't got time for all that. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm really not trying to put the deal together. I'm not trying to, raise capital. I have some additional capital that I want to invest. That's a passive investor. So I'm about to do a poll. There we go. All right. So let me know in the chat. Let me know in the poll who's active and who's passive. Okay. This is my first time doing the poll. I ain't never done one. I want to see how it'd be. So we got, wait a minute, let me see. Okay, did everybody answer? Great job with the poll. Thank you. It's my first time. I really did try. Last time I tried, I didn't do it right. Okay, so I'm gonna end the poll. Thank you. Okay. End the poll. Okay, so I'm gonna end it. Okay, so I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna give y'all about 30 more seconds. Okay. Okay, all right. I think that's it. We got everybody answered. Okay, because I'm about to end it. Okay. So let me share the results. Okay, keep going. Let's see, share. Yay. Do y'all see the results? I don't know how it works. This is my first time doing this. Can y'all see the results? Does it share it? It does? Okay, yay. So 60% of you all said that you all want to passively invest, and then 40% that said that y'all want to be active investors. Okay, great, because now I can tailor. So majority of the people here want to be passive investors. That's great. So hey, so my active folks, we got some passive investors who want to invest. Hey, there we go. That's what we do. Okay. All right. George said, hit me up. I know, right? Okay. All right. Share my screen. Okay. All right. So here we go, different pathways to hotel ownership. Okay. So since the majority of you all want to invest passively, let's talk about the passive investments first. So we got crowdfunding, which essentially what crowdfunding is people pulling a pool of funds together to invest. So I'm picking on George tonight. George, you getting picked on, okay? So George, let's say, he wants to buy a hotel and he's going to go through crowdfunding, okay? So George, he's an active investor. So let's say he's going to use Vestor. Let's go ahead and put it out there. He's going to use a crowdfunding platform called Vestor, use to raise his capital. So then we have the passive investors who's like, you know what? I want to invest passively. So essentially what crowdfunding is people pulling their funds together to invest, but they're just doing it on a website. That's pretty much what crowdfunding is. So that's one way you could passively invest. Private investing is if you were to invest directly. I'm just going to throw George out there. I'm making fun of you tonight, George. George, he got a deal. Y'all hit up George directly, be like, yo, I'm trying to invest in your hotel. What's up? That's called a private investment. All right. A REIT, there are over 18 different lodging REITs. There's one that's Black owned, ROJ Trust, that was founded by Robert Johnson, the co-founder of BET, which owns over like 100 hotels in the United States. Let's say y'all decide to invest in ROJ Trust. It's a REIT. So what is a REIT? A REIT is, think of it as a stock. It's a portfolio, right? And by law, the portfolio has to distribute 90% of the profits to the shareholders. So that's a passive way. Now, I know y'all seen, a lot of y'all seen my video where how you can invest in REITs with the little as $20. The reason how you can do that, because REIT shares, you can buy a share for like $7, or you can buy a share for $8 or $10 or $12 per share. So yes, you can. Now, will you get a lot of now your dividends requirement will be based off, which we'll talk about in a few. The dividend requirement based off of how much you invest. Okay. So the more you invest, the more you get back. So that's a true passive way to invest. Now, probably to get the most return on investing will probably be through private investing, or if you go through the crowdfunding, right? Because you're still privately investing. REITs, the shares are smaller because you're investing in a portfolio. Typically with a private investment, you're investing directly in an asset, okay? That making sense? George said, keep picking on me, I can take it. So y'all good? Let me know in the chat. Y'all good? One? Put a one in the chat. Let me know if you're good. Y'all good? Y'all want me to stop? Y'all want me to keep, what y'all want me to do? Y'all good? Y'all understand? I need to slow down. Where we at? What's going on? Anybody don't understand? We good? Private investment. Okay. So a private investment, again, I'm gonna pick on George again. George, he got this hotel deal. All right. And you want to invest directly into that hotel. So you talk to George and be like, George, I want to invest. That's a private investment. You're not going through a platform. You're not going through a REIT. You're just literally going directly to that person. You're going directly to that potential hotel owner or hotel owner. That's private investment, okay? So those are the different ways that you all can invest, okay? Syndication. Syndication would be, that's more of an active, right? So I'm considered a syndicator. I'm putting the deal together. I'm raising the capital. I don't have any hotel deals right now. I don't do all that, right? But if I did, like, hey, Davon, you know what? I want to invest with you. So basically a syndication is technically a private investment, right? So the active, you're the active person, and then the private, and they're making a private investment in you. That makes sense. And it says, why would someone not invest in the REIT if it's automatically set up to give dividends? So some people, I have both. Okay. I actually invest in REITs myself. All right. Sometimes people, they don't invest in REITs because they're not investing directly into the asset. The returns are higher when you invest direct. And it also depends on your appetite. Everybody's appetite is different, right? Some people, they just rather invest in a portfolio. They get their quarterly reports. That's it. You know, it's just real simple, true passive. Some people, they may actually want to invest directly in the asset because they want to talk to the owner. They want to actually see the asset and get benefits. So it all just depends on your appetite. And typically the returns can be higher through a private investment, as opposed to a REIT. You're investing in that portfolio. So you're investing in a whole bunch of different things. So that's why somebody would not invest in a REIT, because they probably want a higher return. Again, that's up. And then also the portfolio, it depends on the portfolio's performance as opposed. So I'll give you an example. So let's say you have Hotel A and Hotel B in a portfolio. Hotel A doesn't do well, Hotel B does well. So you're, in investing in a REIT, you're getting the average of the portfolio's performance, as opposed to investing directly into the asset. You're just getting whatever that one hotel in that performance. Okay. All right. Questions. Make sure y'all put the questions in the chat, because it's a lot of conversation going on in the comments. I don't want to make sure I miss them. So when we leave time for Q&A, I want to go back to it. Okay. All right. So let's keep going. All right. So how to find hotel investments through crowdfunding. So there are a lot of different crowdfunding websites. You can go to vestor.com. Forgot to let y'all know I was the CEO of Vestor. That's my crowdfunding platform. So, and then CrowdStreet, Realty Mogul, Hotel Your Code, Equity Roots, and Jolie. So those are different websites that you all can go to where you can invest into the hotels. Now, some of you do have to be an accredited investor. Accredited investor, for those who don't know, an accredited investor is someone who invests, someone who has an income of 200,000 or more. Oh, sorry, it's blurry. Hopefully that's bigger. Let me see. Okay. Someone who has a income of 200,000 or more, or they have a net worth of $1 million or more, excluding their primary residence. That is an accredited investor. Okay. So some sites you have to be accredited investor. You don't have to be an accredited investor. And how much do you need to get started to invest? It depends on the deal, right? And it depends on which route you can go. REITs is less expensive. When you're dealing directly in an asset that's higher, and it depends on the sponsor. Some people may be 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 50,000. It just really depends, right? It's not like a one size, fit all. So when you go through the crowdfunding route, go make sure you start with your investment thesis first, because you want to search for deals that make sense for you, right? So what, when, where, how, who on your investment thesis, like what type of hotel you want to invest in, where do you want to invest in, why do you want to invest in it, right? How are you going to invest in it? Those are the questions that you want to ask yourself for your investment thesis, right? Analyze the deal, see if that deal makes sense, and then you invest on it, right? So next we have REITs. How do you invest on REITs? Okay. What's supposed to be here? So what next thing you want to do is, first thing you want to do is definitely create your investment thesis. Look for different brokerage sites, right? You got Fidelity, Robinhood, TD Ameritrade. I have Fidelity, I have Robinhood. If you don't know, again, talk to a financial advisor. That's what they're there for, okay? That way they can help you on which brokers to use, because I'm not a financial advisor, so I really can't give you advice on this, okay? I don't have my license to do that. You want to analyze the deal and do your own due diligence. If it makes good sense, so remember my folks, they said, oh my gosh, I love Hilton. I love, Hyatt. So if you're looking in a portfolio, maybe they have those type of brands that you like, and that's what you want to invest in. It says, can this help me find off-market deals? No, this cannot help you find off-market deals. You have to talk to a hotel broker or talk directly to the hotel owner. That's how you get access to off-market deals. This won't help you get access to off-market deals. Okay. All right. So then the next step is, so this is if you want to do private equity, meaning if you want to do that private investment I talked about before, you have to, so really to get into hotels privately, you have to just know hotel owners, right? So network with other hotel owners, and you like Davon, you like the only hotel owner I know, like where do I go? You can start going to hotel ownership conferences, ask if you do meet a hotel owner, do they have any upcoming investment opportunities? You're going to analyze deals based off your ownership thesis and then determine if it's a syndication. So if you do decide to invest privately, make sure you get a lawyer, a real estate lawyer or a corporate lawyer to review those documents, because you want to make sure that you're protected. Investing is very risky. Hotels are very capital intensive, okay? So invest what you can afford to lose. And also hotels, they're a long-term investment, okay? All right. So if you saving up for a house, don't use that money you saving up for a house to invest in a hotel, because you probably not gonna get it back for 3 to 5 years. Okay. So I'm just letting you know. Okay. All right. So these are the ingredients of a successful hotel. You got the location, the brand, and the operator. All right. So the location, when you go to Disney World, where do you want to stay? You want to stay at a hotel that's near Disney World, right? Nobody's traveling, be like, oh girl, I'm traveling across the world to stay at this hotel. No, you're traveling across the world for a location, but you want a nice and comfortable place and have an experience. That's why you're staying at that hotel, right? So location is key. Remember, hotels are real estate. It's just an operating business sitting on real estate. Then you have brands, right? So brands, remember, I asked y'all, what was your favorite hotel brand to stay at? That makes a big difference. People love Hilton. They know what they're getting into. They know what they're getting into when they stay in the Marriott. They know what they get into when they stay at any type of property. So brands are very important. And then operator, who is managing the day-to-day operations? How many of y'all stayed in a hotel and y'all was like, I ain't coming back. You couldn't pay me to come back. Don't give me a gift card. Don't give me points. I'm not coming back. How many of y'all had that experience? Exactly. Right. Y'all was like, I ain't coming back to this. You couldn't pay me. Y'all probably said it to the manager and was like, y'all couldn't pay me to come back. So that operator is a big deal, because they will make or break your hotel. That an operator, for my folks who trying to acquire a hotel, an operator is somebody who that's like somebody babysitting your baby or babysitting your animal. Let's say y'all got a dog, because everybody got kids. Let's say you got a dog, and people be loving their dog like they're their kids. And I understand that. I get that. But you ain't about to let everybody watch your dog. You ain't about to let everybody watch your kids. It's just that simple. So the same thing with your hotel. You ain't about to let it, you got to be very careful. You have to be very selective, because it'll make a break. Nobody's going to take care of your baby, your hotel, your real estate like you are. So you have to be very selective. It says, are you involved with your local statewide restaurant and lodging association? Can we start there to potentially meet hotel owners and GMs? You can. You can go there. Some owners go to those. It just depends on the event. But yeah, you can. That's a good way to start your local restaurant and lodging association. I'm horrible. I don't ever go to those events. I need to do better. That's on my 2023 resolution. When I moved back to Georgia, I got out of the space of going to getting involved. So I guess that's a sign for me to join. But yes, that's a good idea to go to your statewide. So for those who don't know, it sounds like DeAndre sound like that you are in the hotel space, because not a lot of people know about that. So pretty much every state has a lodging association, and what they do is basically it's a support from a legislative standpoint to help the hotel owners and to help the hotel. So they meet quarterly, monthly on different topics, and they have different meetings to educate and bring vendors. And so to answer your questions, a lot of times there are hotel owners who come. A lot of times it's general managers, depending on how big, sometimes people who are owner operator, they come to those meetings. But a lot of times, if it's like a major hotel, it's just the general manager who come. Like, so my hotel is in Oklahoma, right? In Indiana. I'm not going to go to those association meetings. My general manager is going to go, if that makes sense. If I'm in town, I may go, but I'm not flying back just to go to an association meeting. I get the feedback and the report back from the general manager, but they're involved, so they can keep keep the hotel in the know. So that means if there are any new changes, any new law changes, if the law needs to be changed for whatever reason, y'all know who got an Airbnb? Who Airbnb hosts? Who an Airbnb hosts? So there's been a lot of legislation on Airbnbs, right? Especially for my folks in Atlanta. A lot of that comes from the lodging associations. So they come together and they lobby and they're like, hey, this is what it's doing to our hotel business and the hotel economy. Y'all need to fix it. So there you go. That's what that is, to give you an understanding, okay? All right, so let's talk about the different types of hotels. All right, so we got limited service, select service, full service, and other types of hotels. So we got limited service, which is like your Hampton Inn. Somebody mentioned Hampton Inn. So if you notice, it does have a free breakfast, but it doesn't have like a food, like it doesn't have a full service restaurant. Okay, you got select service like a Hyatt Place, a Courtyard, has minimum food and beverage, but it has more amenities than a Hampton Inn. Full service will be like your Hyatt and your Hilton or Marriott. They have a 3-meal restaurant, meaning you can get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Extended stay, like the hotels that I have, they have like a kitchenette. That's like anybody ever stayed at a Stay Bridge or Homewood or Home 2 or Residence Inn? Those are considered extended stay hotels because they have an area where people can stay up to a year in the hotel. It gives them that space. They can cook, oversized refrigerator. So then you got all suites like the Embassy Suites. You have luxury like Mandarin Oriental. You got boutique hotels. They're like the smaller hotels by definition, under 50 rooms. Independent hotels, meaning it doesn't have a brand. And then lifestyle, that's like your curio hotels, okay? So for my folks who trying to acquire, I would start off with the limited service hotel or economy or extended stay. Those are the hotels that I would start off with. It's easier to get into, less amenities and expensive. So that means your increased profit margin. Always get Devon, how much does a hotel cost? It depends on where you are. Because a Hampton Inn in Americus, Georgia won't be the same amount as a Hampton Inn in New York City, right? I get the question, Devon, what's the average revenue for a hotel? It depends, because the revenue in Americus, Georgia may not be the same. It won't be the same, it shouldn't be, as the revenue in New York City if it was the same Hampton Inn. So let's say you get a hotel and it brings in $1 million in revenue. Depending on the type of hotel, so the less amenities that it has, meaning it doesn't have spa, it doesn't have concierge, it doesn't have, a restaurant, that's less amenities and expenses. So that's more to the bottom line. So that's why a lot of people start off with a Quality Inn or a Hampton Inn or, Home 2 Suites because it's less expensive. So using that same example, you got $1 million. So probably 30 to 40% is coming down to the bottom line. So that's 300,000 to 400,000. That's probably going to go to your pocket, right? An example, don't use that forever. That's just an example because every hotel is different. So those are the things that you want to look at. The more expenses, typically the lower the profit margin, okay? So here are some of the ways that you can invest. You can use cash, you can use stocks, you can use bonds, you can use IRAs, you can use 401k, you use lines of credit, you can use life insurance, friends and family. Those are the different things that you can use to actually invest. So you don't have to use all your cash. A lot of people think, oh man, I don't have, but people forget that they have money in their retirement. People forget that they have cash value in their life insurance. Everybody talking about business credit on Facebook, on Instagram. I swear I done seen about 100 million different business credit courses. Guess what? Y'all can figure out how to get business credit. You can use that as equity or use that to invest in hotels. Okay. Some of my investors, they use their cash value, their life insurance to invest. Some of my investors, they use their retirement. A lot of times people use their retirement because investing in hotels is a long-term play, right? And so they use that as a way because they're not touching the money anyway. So that way their money is growing at a higher return. Okay. Typically the stock market is like, you would 6-7%. Hotels are typically about 8% and more. Okay. All right. So analyze deals. So definitely want to conduct your market research and investment analysis. Those are the two phases of analyzing the deal. So market research is demand generators or economic drivers. So let's say you looking at a hotel. I'm gonna use Americas, Georgia. Okay. Americas, Georgia. All right. And you're like, okay, well, why am I going to Americas, Georgia? What is there? Why you want to understand the guest? Why is a guest going to Americas, Georgia? What is in Americas that's going to drive people to go to Americas that they're going to need a place to stay? And George put peanuts. All right, peanuts, they go on the planes. Maybe they drive in the Cordeal, or, maybe, they visiting family there. So those are the things that you want to look at when you're looking at hotels, right? The reason why George said peanuts, because Americas, Georgia is near planes. And a lot of people want to go visit the Jimmy Carter. I forgot which president he was, but our former president, he's from Plains. So a lot of people go there to visit. So they say in Americas, right? So then you want to conduct an investment analysis, meaning the numerical analysis, okay? So market research is qualitative, investment analysis, more of a quantitative approach, okay? So you want to look at the financials, profit losses statements, pro forma, seeing how's the hotel, like from a projection standpoint, how's projected to perform. Smith Travel Research, which is like the past 3 years if you can. And the Smith Travel Research report is just telling you how the hotel's performing in the market. I know we have some folks who are in Airbnb or Airbnb hosts that it's similar. It's a little bit more complicated, but the fundamentals are the same. Sale reports, market reports, if you can. Okay, that's the data that you need to analyze the deal. The steps needed to analyze it: competitive set analysis, right? So see how the hotel is performing in the market. So for example, talking about this Hampton Inn, even though Hampton Inn is a part of the Hilton family, it's not the same as a Hilton. It's two different types of hotels. So that's what you're gonna look at. Research the demand generators. Are there any, and demand generators are economic drivers, like a destination, a school? What is driving people to the market? What is driving people to that location? Is it Disney World? Is it a new stadium coming? A university coming? Like what's going on? Understand the target audience, right? Who are you targeting, right? Do you have any follow-up questions to the broker or whoever you're investing with? Conduct the SWOT analysis, which is strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Conduct the penetration analysis. That's deeper. That's looking if you're looking to acquire. Okay. Those are the key performance indicators you want to look at. Occupancy, ADR, RevPAR. Occupancy is just a percentage of your rooms. So if you have a 100-room hotel, 50 rooms occupied, 50% occupancy. ADR, just an average rate. RevPAR is just a multiple calculation of occupancy and ADR, just for you to understand how healthy your hotel is performing. That's just more high level, right? Legal, the things that you want to look for: operating agreements, lawyer, CPA, which is certified professional accountant, offering documents. So you definitely want to look at those. So checklist: get your finances together. So you want to consult with a financial advisor, as I mentioned. Identify if you want to become an active or passive investor. Determine which pathway you want to go. So I brought different pathways, so see how you want to go. Create your ownership thesis, find your deal, understand, and understand how to analyze deals, okay? Also in there, in the workbook, the resource library, so hotel terms, the different hotel brands, management companies, hotel types. So, because it's like over 100 management companies, it's over 100 different brands. So I broke it down for you. Also in the workbook, the personal balance sheet, I was talking about the dividend tracker. If you need credit repair, have some credit people, financial advisors, CPA if needed. A list of the different organizations: NABHOOD, National Association of Black Hotel Owners, Operators, and Developers. All that is in a workbook as well. And then, so do y'all want some more, right? Is this for you, right? Is owning a hotel, investing in a hotel for y'all? Y'all thinking about it? Maybe, yes, no, maybe. Y'all thinking about it? George, I'm just waiting to check into your hotel, man. Yeah. Y'all ready? Let's go. So we got some testimonials, okay? You know, I got it. Because some people, they be doubting my gangster. I'd be like, you know what? I move differently. I'm just trying to create hotel owners. So I be working. I bet it. That's right. I want a suite. Thank you, George. Thank you. So this is one of my students. Her offer got accepted. She's actually about to be closing on her first hotel next week. So shout out to her. We got another one. He just got approved. He's waiting to close. He should be closing. If not this week, they're gonna try to probably get him closed. And then another student, she just sent me this text this morning. I was in Walmart. I couldn't believe it. My girlfriend had me crying. She submitted an LOI and got approved today. Okay. So this is what I do. All right. This is what I do. Not only do I own, but I teach, because you know why? My goal is to increase the percentage of Black hotel owners. Y'all saw that low percentage that I talked about before. My goal is to get more people who look like us owning hotels. And the reason why, the Indian community, they own over 60% of the hotels. They own over 60% of the hotels. Okay. LOI stands for letter of intent. Oh, Joyce went to Marriott Bridging again. Awesome. And so they own over 60%. They've created so many millionaires, hotels, and people like Davon, why hotels? You're buying $1 million business. That's why y'all buying $1 million business. Owning hotels, this is nothing new. Okay, owner is nothing new to our community. It's just that it just disappeared. We've been owning hotels since the late 1800s. Okay, remember the green book? I got my little green book. You see this? This is the only place we could stay, right? Green book doing it. So my goal is to, because I see what owning hotels, what it has done for other communities, and how y'all done put a lot of people, kids through college. Y'all done put a lot of people through medical school. Y'all did so many things by staying at a hotel. So why can't we do that same thing for our community? I know people who literally inherit hotels. They inherit $1 million businesses. Okay. So I'll be creating, these 3 people probably about to be millionaires because they're buying into $1 million business. They're buying into $1 million business. Come on now. Come on now. All right. So this is what I got for y'all. I won't be doing this next year. So don't ask. I won't be doing it next year. Okay. So we have a mini course, one-on-one section, discounts to my events next year. It depends on the deal, how long you take earning a profit. Some people coming in making a profit already. How much fluid cash does one need to take? Oh, wait, I got something for you. Wait a minute. So what's $14.97? I'm giving it to y'all for $9.97. Get 30 modules, you'll get a one-on-one session with me, and then you'll get access to the Vestor Academy. And I'm about to, oh, George, because you were part of it, I'm about to add a capital raising course. You put that out there, I got you. So I'm gonna add the capital raising course that'll help you walk through how to raise capital. Okay. So you get modules on hotel ownership, one-on-one session with me, just one. I got you, George. You're gonna get your hotel. I'm determined. Okay. 12-month access to Vestor Academy. That's a monthly membership program where you get a 1 monthly call. And George, you missed the last one. I thought you was gonna be on it. Okay. So you get a monthly call where you just get to ask question kids. Okay. Okay, got you. That's a good excuse. All right. So here you go. Make sure. And then I also have the app, what is it? Pay now, pay later. Because a lot of people ask me about that. Here's the link for the pay now, pay later. Just use your code. That's for the $9.97. The $9.97 is only going to be available. It's only going to be available for 2 days for 48 hours. And then after that, it's going up to $14.97. Then after that, it's gonna go up. And then after that, it ain't never coming back because I won't be doing this next year. Y'all will see why. And I won't be doing any more one-on-one calls. And y'all will see why. He said she means that I'm very serious. I got some hotel owners to make. I got some other stuff. I gotta launch a new business that he said she mean that. Look, George got me. George was like, let me go ahead and get in. George, we're gonna get you your hotel. You've been working hard at it. We're gonna get it for you. That's the link. All right. So do we have any questions on? There's no code. The code is already in there. So just use the QR code. Use the QR code. How much is $9.97? $9.97 for 48 hours. It says I'm Canadian. Can I still do this? Yeah, you can still do it. The monthly call is with Teresa Adair, and sometimes I pop in. So it varies. And sometimes it's gonna be Omari Head. So who is Omari Head? Hip hop hotel broker. He's a hotel broker who transacted over $700 million in hotels. So it's gonna be a combination of me, probably not too much me, but I may hop in every now and then. I was on the last one, but it may happen. It just depends. Mostly Teresa there, so she'll help you with any questions you'll have. If you have any questions about analyzing the deal, if you have any questions about finding deals, Amari Head will also be on it too. It's once a month. If you can't make the call, you can send your questions in advance. We'll get it answered. You'll get access to it's a membership, which is a 12-month membership. Get access to the courses and the group calls. Then you'll get one-on-one session with me. You can use that. The presentation, you'll be available watch for limited time, but yeah, you'll get 30 modules. So the 30 modules will literally break down. Oh, you watching from your phone? Is their website to answer? Yeah, let me get it for you. Let me get you the website. That's the website. Okay, can the information about still be? Yeah, because it's an international, and it's lifetime access. Oh, let me pull this up again. Sorry, I hit the wrong thing. There you go. So yes, there we go. All right, there we go, the questions. So yes, to answer your questions, you can be used for the Caribbean because it's the fundamentals, and then also what'll happen. Let me put the price so y'all know. This is for 48 hours. And after that, it'll go up. Okay. Yeah. Okay, about to jump on a conference call. All right, George, we'll catch you next time. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully I'll see you on the monthly call next month. And then we'll let you know in the private Facebook group when the module's up. So that way that'll be your homework for the end of the year. So also I'll teach in the modules, I'll teach you how my methods of what I use to raise millions of dollars in capital that you'll need to buy a hotel. My exact method, what I use, like literally you can replicate it. And people are replicating, and guess what? They're about to close on a hotel. So my stuff works. Literally, my stuff works. About to close on the hotel next week. I'm so excited. Also, how do you find hotels that are being built or branded to invest in? Those websites that I talked about before. Here are the different websites that I talked about. Let me pull it up. There we go. Like Vestor, CrowdStreet. Then we got some questions here. Okay. So what's the recommended amount one should look to have available to invest in a hotel? I think I answered that before, but that is if you that can range from 10 to 20,000 to $20 to $1 million. That, I mean, I know it's a huge range, but it just really depends on the asset class, right? Once I started investing, I want to be actively involved in the property because of my experience working in the hotel, hospitality industry, but it may not be successful a necessity. I mean, necessary, right? As an investor, it's best way to start, best to stay away, not micromanage, micro invest. That may be hard for you because you worked in the hotel. So you're going to want to be involved. You're going to ask questions. So what you could do, you can start off as a passive investor to learn, and then go, and then from there, just start owning your own hotel. So it's going to be hard for you to passively invest because you worked in the hotel. Oh, George had a question. Is it your job to convince the seller that their property is overpriced, or should they have a broker to do that? I mean, that's like convincing a seller of somebody's house that their property is overpriced. I mean, if it's overpriced, it's overpriced. You know, you present your offer, they don't take it, and they don't counter, and just move on to the next one. You don't want to waste your energy to convince because they stuck. And a lot of times what happens if it is overpriced, then they'll just be on the market for a while and they have no other choice but to change the price. Can you invest in senior living? You can. Sign up for Vestor. We'll have some deals coming up pretty soon. What type of size of hotel should you avoid? When you start investing, I wouldn't invest in convention hotels just yet. The reason why they're really big, a lot of expenses, so not a lot of profit for you. And it also, the larger hotels, so the hospitality industry is cyclical. It's based off the economy. So you don't want to get anything that's heavily dependent on the economy, right? And that is big box. I wouldn't start with those. I purchased the book, but I don't see a download. Oh, send a ticket, because I don't know, send a note to hello@Divine Group. My team will respond and get that fixed. Okay. Yeah, if you get it to me, you'll never happen. So get it to them, they'll take care of you. All right, what about multifamily? Multifamily, so in my Vestor Academy, we're going to talk about, you'll get access to hotels, learning about how to invest in daycares, how to invest in multifamily as well. So that's one of the benefits of being a part of the Vestor Academy. How did I do during COVID? We actually acquired the hotels during COVID. So COVID worked because the hotels were in default because of COVID. So we didn't do too bad. I didn't receive my book. Okay, if you didn't receive your book, hold on. Send a note here. Send an email because I don't know the support ticket. So send an email to them and then they'll get you a copy. Okay. Can you avoid personal financials if you have assets to do deals? Wait, you may have to elaborate on that question. I don't know what that means. Realistically, how much fluid cash do I need to be able to invest? That depends on the deal, right? So if you see a deal that's $10,000 and that's the minimum to invest, and that's what you need, and if that's what you got, investing is different from acquiring. If you're looking to acquire, you need about 6 figures. If you're just looking to invest, you can invest in a REIT for like $20. So it just depends. It depends on what you're looking for. Like, what's your return? What are you looking for as an investor? Are you looking to collect dividend checks every quarter? Then you need to invest more. Right? So what are you looking to live off your dividends? Like that's what you need to be thinking about. Because then that'll help determine, then I'll be able to help answer your question, and then you go to that with the financial advisor, because then they're like, okay, this is, because it depends on the deal and it depends on how you're investing. If I wanted to acquire a hotel, is it mandatory personal financials come into play, or can I present financial ability? Oh, no. Yeah, in order for you to buy a hotel, yeah, you'll need your personal financials. Yeah, you won't be able to get around that, because that's a big loan. You're talking about a multi-million-dollar loan. Oh yeah, they're gonna want to see that. Sometimes they may even require for you to personally guarantee it too. The majority of the time, they're gonna want you to personally guarantee it. So yeah, you have to show those personal financials. A lot of time what people do, if their personal financial if they're not that strong, they partner with somebody who it is. So it's always a way to figure it out. It's always a way to get the deal done. Oh yeah, you're welcome. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Like we don't have any more questions. This is short. Happy holidays. You ready to partner now? As long as you got something that's bringing to the table, I'm sure somebody will partner with you. You gotta bring something. If you don't, if some people, sometimes how I work, people got the cash, but they got bad credit, or vice versa. They got good credit, but no cash. And so it's a good partnership, right? So happy holidays, everybody. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Here's my contact information. Let me see. There we go. So that's follow me on Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn. Sending where can I view this presentation? I'll send a link out as well as the link for y'all to sign up. Okay. Happy holidays, everyone. Happy holidays. See y'all next time. Thank y'all for tuning in. Enjoy your solstice. Happy holidays. Y'all have a good night.